Hello, everyone. Welcome to 10 Minutes Astrology. I'm Rod Chang.
And I am Alejo Lopez. Welcome, everyone.
So, Alejo, today we're going to talk about another star sign. Hey?
Yes.
Yeah, another star sign. What? It keeps changing. Well, this star sign is a very famous name because when people talk about it, they usually say they are changeable. Oh, this is not only a star sign changeable. There's one of them. There's a lot of star signs who change a lot. But this star sign, yes, they have the name of they keep changing. They keep changing their mind. They keep changing their place. And because they acting like, people say, because they are acting like a two men. Wow. Yeah, very literally, because there's a two men in this sign. This is
Yeah,
Gemini,
exactly.
right?
Yeah, this is the sign of Gemini. Yes.
Yes.
And also, I should
So,
say there are a lot of memes around against Gemini, and that's not nice. Gemini is a very important sign,
no.
and we're very lucky to have it.
Yes. I think Gemini is like there are few signs bear a lot of stigma. Okay, maybe
Yes.
Gemini, Virgo, or Scorpio. They all bear a little bit stigma. But to be honest, I mean, don't get influenced by it. If you want to be serious with astrology, you have to learn how to read it properly, how to read a sign properly. So the Gemini, because is a sign in the end of springtime, so it changed the season. Later we'll talk about it. But how about we start with the story can relate it to Gemini, Alejo?
Okay. Yeah, there are many stories related to Gemini, and I'm going to choose two of them that are not in the Greek pantheon. So we
That's a
change a
change
little bit.
flavor.
Exactly, we change. Yes. Let's travel a little bit around, and we're going to change the flavor. We're going to go to two different stories about siblings. Basically, most of the stories about siblings we'll talk about in some characteristics of Gemini because it's one of the keywords for Gemini. So, one of the stories I thought was the story of Cain and Abel from the Bible. So basically, Cain and Abel they were the first children of Adam and Eve, and as you might know, Cain decided to kill Abel, right? So that's why then he was kind of cursed and everything, because Abel was very loved by God, and actually, the image is very beautiful because when Cain kills Abel, the God goes and asks Cain, "Where's your brother?" And Abel says, "Am I the keeper of my brother?" And God tells him the soil, the blood in the soil is screaming to me what you have done. So it's like a very powerful story. And so one of the stories is about one brother killing the other, and the other story that I have is also very well known. It's about Romulus and Remus. So basically, if you know, there is this Rea Silvia. She was the daughter of Numitor, who was a king, and she was locked up. And Mars visited her. Mars, the god of war, visited her, and she got pregnant, and she gave birth to Romulus and Remus. And they were saved. You know, they were supposed to be killed, so they were abandoned so that they would get killed. But instead of getting killed, there comes this wolf who saves them and protects them. And when they grow up, after many things that happen, I'm just making this story short, of course, they have to found the city. They have to create a city. And they're going to found Rome. They're going to be the builders of Rome. So they have to decide how to do it. And they're going to decide, in order to see who is going to do it, they're going to look at the birds and see what the signs give them. What signs do they get from the birds? It's Remus who sees it's Romulus, sorry, who sees the birds first, but then it's Remus who sees more amount of birds. So they get started kind of fighting each other. Sorry, it's the other way around. It's Remus who sees the birds first, but only he sees 6, and Romulus, says he actually sees 12 of these birds. So he saw more, but later. So they started disputing who should be creating the city, because how do we read the signs? Who is the actually chosen by the gods? The one who saw them first, or the one who saw more quantity?
Yeah.
So what do you guess will happen in the end? Well, of course, Remus insulted Romulus, and then basically he was killed by Romulus. So Romulus found is the creator of Rome, and Rome has its name. Okay. So this violent stories about Gemini, one may wonder what does it have to do with
you make
Gemini,
me
which is not a
now.
sign about violence. Yeah, it's not really a violent related sign. So the first thing I think is the idea of a dual nature, right? So when we have in mythology two brothers, two siblings, two twin brothers, and that kind of things, usually they represent two sides of the same person, right? Two coins of the same person.
Yes.
So perhaps one of the traits of Gemini will be that they are in touch with the complexity of life, with the duality of life. Yes. And that's why then they are accused of being changeable, because they are in touch with both sides of reality, or many sides of reality. The other thing I really like is about the idea of signs. They have to read this, what the birds are saying, and Gemini will be about communication and will be about trying to understand and trying to express what you want to express. So there's this idea of information related to Gemini, which is related to these stories. In the story of Cain and Abel, you know, Cain tries to hide the fact that he killed Abel, and and God tells him, like, the soul is speaking to me. I know what you did. So there's an idea of information being shared. And again, and also there's this idea of change. I think in this, you know, there are two characters, and they're both trying to one is trying to take over the other. So you have like this idea of something fluctuating, something moving, something not being very stable. Yes. And I think that may be one of the characteristics of Gemini also.
Yes, and let's come back to the basic way to interpret the part from mythology, help us remember the quality of Gemini. Now, we can go back to the modality. Gemini is the mutable sign. And when we talk about mutable sign, they adopting. They trying to keep things change and move around to make things change to adopt the future. And also, I like the one way some astrologer talking about the mutable sign. They learn to adopt. So they are related to education too. Then it's air sign. Always air sign is about communication again. So what I think is, like last time you talked about Taurus, air sign, because it's like fixed and air, so it's so fixed, and earth, so it's so fixed. What I feel Gemini is the most changeable, most mutable, because air sign is education and the air move a lot, and then you got the move air sign. It's like, God, they just like keep changing.
It's like the wind constantly blowing.
Yes, indeed. That's why no wonder people have that kind of idea about the Gemini is always changing and changing constantly. Well, yes, it is them. They try to adopt the situation. They try to remember. They try to adopt. They try to survive, or they try to be the best of the time. That's why. So when time to change, when it comes to time to change, when we need to change to happen, they are the best person you want to stay with.
Yeah, then and I would say, sorry.
Yes, please.
No, that because they have this changing attitude, this capacity to adapt and to learn. One thing I've noticed with people who have a lot of Gemini in their chart, I wouldn't just say the Sun in Gemini, but maybe also I would say Jupiter in Gemini or Mercury in Gemini, maybe also Venus in Gemini. They are, what I found, this is my personal experience, that they tend not to be judgmental because they are curious. They want to learn. So they're not so much, you know, you may tell them things that other people will react like, but instead, no, they want to learn. So they're not judgmental. It's a beautiful quality, I think.
I agree. But I think that back to the story you're talking about Remus' story, because which one is the truth? The one who see the birds first is the truth, or the ones who see more birds is the chosen one. So which way is the truth? I think that's the good quality of Gemini. They see the things in the different way, and there is maybe sometimes there's not just one truth, or there's not only truth. There's a story have so many different sides we can approach, and this is the, I think, what we can learn from the Gemini with this kind of a multiple sign. So today we should pick up one planet in Gemini to talk about it. So which one?
Good.
Which planet you pick up?
Maybe should we continue with Mars?
Oh, that sounds interesting. Yes. Yes.
So Mars, we said it's about how we said with Venus, you find what you like, what you desire. And with Mars, it's how you fight and you go and get it, right?
Yes.
So Mars is how you defend yourself and how you act, let's say, right?
Yes,
so if Mars is in Gemini, exactly. So if Mars is in Gemini, the way that you're going to act is not going to be the same. It's not going to be always the same. It's going to change. It's going to adapt to the situation. So you might change a lot your strategy. You might change a lot how you approach the plan to get whatever you want to get. Maybe because there's this idea of information and it's an air sign which is related to intellect. You may also perhaps rationalize your drives and your impulses in order to follow them and to achieve what you want.
Yes. So for example, for a Mars in Gemini, if he desires something, he wants something, he wants to get something, he will try to rationalize his mind, say the reason why I need this, and the reason why I want this, the reason why I have to get this. They have the rationalizes. So it's kind of they have a lot of things going on in their mind, I think.
Yes, and if we think about this idea of opening of the dual perception of reality, which I would say the multiple perception of reality, they might want a lot of different things at the same time. They know it's like they cannot choose one path. They go through 1,000 paths simultaneously.
Yes. So it's very interesting. So when the way they acting, the way do the things is also keep it very flexible. And I think one thing I like to add in is I think if they fight with knowledge.
Yes.
It's all the knowledge they have, all the information they have. They gathering the information, they gathering the knowledge, and try to find the best strategy to win the world or to get the things they want. So what's the exercise then?
So for the exercise, I would say, I think Mercury in Gemini is going to be a bit boring. Let's go a little more challenging. Let's go for the Moon in Gemini. What is it that you need? What is it that makes you feel safe when the Moon is in Gemini?
Ooh, I know that because I have Moon in Gemini. So what makes you safe? What do you need in your everyday life when you have a Moon in Gemini? If you have an answer, please tell me, because I have a Moon in Gemini. You can share with me, you can tell me, or you can come to our 10 Minutes Astrology group on the Facebook and share with us, so we can share your idea next time when we talking about the next sign is...
The next sign is Cancer.
Cancer.
We go into water. We go into the depth of water.
And that's a summer is there. Yeah, more party.
Yes.
Go to the seaside. Okay, well, thank you for watching 10 Minutes Astrology today. And I'm Rod Chang. You can find me on the Instagram, AOAUK ROD. And you can find Alejo on Instagram. Alejo, your Instagram.
My Instagram is @liminalcosmos.
Liminal Cosmos. So, and next week we're going to talk about Cancer star sign, not Cancer star sign. Okay, stay in tune. Bye bye.
Bye bye.